Steve Stern, Jim Schultz, the precinct strategy, then taking over the counties, taking over the state Republican parties, volunteering to get out the vote when the RNC didn't have any money, the Trump campaign didn't have any money, all the election integrity stuff that Mike Lindell and Steve Stern works on, volunteers, grassroots. This is why I went on under the Democrats' nose, and they mocked and ridiculed us up to, I don't know, about 11 o'clock at night. When we see this MSNBC thing, I think it's around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. They're getting long faces, and now they are sad. And we're sad for them because being in opposition is hard because, man, people are despondent. They gave money, they worked, and they're just crushed. Okay, Steve Stern. But the effort you put in is amazing. I don't know, you're like 89 years old. You're working 9 days a week, 36 hours a day. You're amazing. Tell me what you got going, and particularly what you got going tomorrow. I want everybody on this call tomorrow. What do you got?
So first, I want to thank you so much, Steve Bannon, for having me, and also for what you did. Everybody needs a leader. Without a leader, we couldn't have done this. You had everybody vote early, get involved, election security, next man up. Illegals off the voter rolls. Day in and day after, you had everybody out there. You were calling this from when you were on vacation for 4 months. And 6 months ago, you did a big thing. You put my email on the bottom of the screen, and we had 1,000 people sign up for our election integrity thing. Then you did something amazing. You put it on Getter, and you put it on Rumble. So as an 83-year-old guy, you got to learn something every day. And, you know, I'm wearing my war room hat, and not a lot of people have it, but my son made one special for me. And a special shirt for you, standwithbannon.com. And when we did this 6 months ago, and you did this, something happened. I decided to get all the podcasts I can to put this on live. So 2 weeks ago, we had 1.6 million people on this call. And I got to tell you, we don't even know if we had more because a lot of people didn't even know how many people had it. So we have this call tomorrow, which is going to be huge. We have a special guest coming on at 1:30. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You may know him. Your daughter will probably introduce him. And this is going to be amazing because the amount of people that are coming are unbelievable. I spent many, many days working on this, and I took a half an hour off that President Trump one. I took a half an hour off, and my wife said, "How come you're taking a half an hour off?" I said, "I'm tired." But we got up right up there because you know what? People are going to forget that there's another election in 2 years. We cannot let that happen. As much as we have people working, we still need them to get working. And tomorrow, we're going to have one of the largest election security calls ever held because I spent the entire weekend getting more podcasters. I got one in London. I got two in Canada that have 125,000 people. I got one in Australia. So this is coming all over. So who's going to be on tomorrow, and how do you get on? So the first thing is, if you'd like to come on and do it, it's going to be 1:20 Eastern time tomorrow. Go to stern1034@gmail.com to get a link to the show. Who's going to be on this and what were we talking about? Because I believe this election security thing that we've done for 2 years, have people understanding how we saved this election. Not only did we get out to vote and get out to vote early, but we protected the vote with Christina Norton from the RNC, which took me a lot of time to work with her, but we did it. So tomorrow we got Jovan Pulitzer, who's talking about something that nobody even talks about that I asked him to talk about. Who's printing the ballots and who is looking to see that these ballots go to the right place? Because nobody talks about who prints the ballot. So then we're going to have Mel K on. Mel K has her show, and she talks about a lot of things about the United States that we got to protect, about closing the border, which we're going to do. We're going to have your friend Liz Harrington on, who worked for you and for President Trump. She's going to be talking about a lot of good things tomorrow. We're going to have Garland Favorino on, who's going to be talking about how we saved Georgia and why Georgia went terrific. We're going to have Jim Mormick on, who is going to try to save North Carolina. Even though we won for President Trump, we lost a lot of election stuff there. We're going to have Greg Stenstrom on, who now has a big lawsuit at the Supreme Court that they're trying to block with all the fraud that happened over the last 4 years. We're going to have Kim Yater on. She's going to be talking about the border and what's going to be happening there because she's in San Diego and she's seen all the people that came on. We're going to have General Flynn on. He was on last time. He said some wonderful things about me and about you and about everybody who worked in this election. He's been all over the country getting people to do it. We're going to have Linda Sinkowitz on, who I got on your show, thanks to Cameron, who did a phenomenal job while you were away. I love the guy. He did such a great job and brought all your information out. Linda Sinkowitz going to tell you if you want 500 people in your county who voted twice during any election. Can you imagine that? There are people actually voted twice. So she's going to tell you that. And we're going to have a number of other people on, Wayne Root. We're going to have Fannie Martavino and many, many other people. So this is going to last for about 3.5 hours. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank the hundreds of thousands of people who work. And of course, I got a gold star from Christina Norton, who we're going to try to get on tomorrow from the RNC, who helped us so much in getting all these things done prior to the election so we wouldn't have to go to after the election. So I want to thank you so much, Stephen Bannon, and I love you, and action, action, action.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Love you, too. You're fantastic. Steve Stern. One more time, Steve, give that where do people go to get onto the call for tomorrow? What time is it? Eastern Standard Time. Where do they go? 1:20
Eastern Standard Time. You go to Stern American Rumble. You can go to sternamericannews.com. You can go to stern1054@gmail.com to get a link to it. And we'll get you on. It's going to be on X, Facebook, Getter, every place. And I think the War Room is going to be doing it. Grace and Maureen said they would put it on, and we'll have Grace on there tomorrow. So we love you for everything you're doing. If anybody wants one of these Stand by Bannon shirts, go to standbybannon.com, standwithbannon.com. We're all behind you, Steve. We appreciate everything you've done for us because you have won this election for us.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate the kind words. So thank you very much, Steve Stern.